Okay, start.
And he's like, who? And I'm like, you know who I'm talking about, right? No.
Yeah.
I'm like, they never show their face. And then all of a sudden they're winning rounds.
All right, guys.
And he's like, who? I'm like, she eats waffles. And he was like, you mean she eats planets? Oh yeah, my bad.
All right. I am here with the band Flood the Ark, and we're going to jump right into something pretty personal. Most bands, as they get started, usually have to deal with a lot of shit and do a lot of menial, disgusting work before they're noticed. And Chris, I've heard you've had some pretty heavy jobs that you've had to go through while being in the band. You want to describe some of your experiences out there in the workforce?
What do you mean? I don't really. Oh, fuck.
Something about Sears.
Oh, like work?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
alright. So this has nothing to do with the band.
Oh, it totally does, man.
Yeah.
You gotta make money, right?
I worked at, I pull all my money on McDonald's.
There you go.
Cigarettes.
So it doesn't really go to the band
Doesn't
at all.
go to the band at all.
Ah.
Oh, yeah. I worked at Sears, and now I don't work there anymore.
Why?
Why?
Tell him.
I was thrown under the bus.
Really?
Yeah. Alright, I stole cookies out of the vending machine. They think I have a very fucked up mind that I did that, so whatever.
How did you do that? Like
I stole a
Mr.
clothes hanger.
Fantastic, get clothes hanger?
I took a clothes hanger out of the closet with pliers. I cut it off. And then I
You-
morphed it.
Like, we're talking like Mission Impossible here.
Yeah.
You had to think that stuff through.
Yeah.
Any of you guys had some pretty shitty jobs?
No, I haven't.
Do you work at all, Don? No. Have you ever worked a day in your life?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Lots
What did you do?
of seasonal bullshit jobs.
Like
Vacuuming.
For-
For a senior center.
for a senior center.
Yeah.
He sold Kirby's.
So what?
Kirby's. What does that even mean? Kirby
What do you
vacuums?
do, Alberto?
I teach martial arts.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a
What form?
All forms. Well, not all forms, but Aikido, Jiu-Jitsu, Taekwondo, kickboxing.
To disabled people or
No, all ages.
all ages?
Mm-hmm.
And how long have you been doing that?
I've been teaching for about 4 years.
Oh,
Been training for about 12.
excellent.
Yep. It's cool.
Jesse? What's the worst job you've ever had?
Definitely working in a Halloween store.
And why would that be the worst job? What made
It
it
just
so
sucks.
traumatic?
It sucks terribly because you have to set the whole store up. It's seasonal and it's only there for a couple months, so you got to set the whole thing up, stock it, and then you got to take it all back down from another 15 months. Yeah, so yeah, that's basically why it sucks.
Now, Joe, you being the youngest member, and I'm
Yeah.
sure you're hoping to slide by on some of these questions here. Have you ever worked?
Nah,
Just the allowance you get from your parents?
I don't get allowance.
You don't get allowance? So you don't even do work around the house?
Yeah, but
But it's all about the music, right?
yeah, dude.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
Flood the Ark. Where'd you guys get your name?
We stole it from the previous drummer.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll tell you the story.
Do you want it? Okay.
The kid was in the band, and
Does the kid have a name, or are we just going to refer to him as the previous drummer?
no, he's my friend. His name's Will Pedersen.
Okay, all right.
Shout
We
out.
should usually give him a little props since
Yeah.
it's, you know.
Yeah, and he came up with the name, and it was actually a dumb reason why he came up with it. He was drunk and went to McDonald's, and they have a weird waterfall over the arches, so he's like, "Oh, Flood the Ark." So that's what the name was, and then Bert actually came up with a good meaning, because they were spelling it wrong. We used to spell it with a C, and we realized it made no sense.
So what's the good meaning now?
Well,
Here you go.
the way that I interpret it as is basically, there's a lot of wrong in the world, pretty much. So the story of Noah's Ark, A-R-K, was basically like a second chance given to humanity. And Flood the Ark basically stands for like we don't deserve a second chance because we keep doing the same shit over and over and over again.
Well, that's good, because you guys kind of had me worried there in the beginning that your name was going to be a little on
Goofy
the
story.
on the fluffy side there,
Oh,
you
okay.
know. But I kind of dig that.
We do have a serious side.
Yeah, let's get into that a little bit. Your serious side. How would you describe your music?
Good. Good, yeah, hard hitting. Definitely has meaning in everything.
Okay.
Whether it's the guitar parts that we sit down and write together or the lyrics.
What would you consider your major influences?
Killswitch Engage.
R.Spencer, right?
Nothing, man. You're a totally self-made man.
Yeah, dude.
Recently.
Just roll with it.
Okay.
Gotta get your own flow for each band, man.
Okay. Are you guys currently working on an album right now?
Yes. It's actually titled Planet Meets Plague, and should be coming out really soon actually. We have it all recorded. We worked with Nick Belmore from Toxic Holocaust and Kingdom of Sorrow out in Dexter's Lab in Milford, and so it's pretty much ready to come out. We're just waiting to get it all finished and pressed out.
In making this album, what would you say was probably like the biggest challenge, the biggest hurdle that you guys had to overcome as a band to get this album made?
Our lead guitar player moving to Arizona.
Yeah, my other cousin.
Do you guys have that happen? Like, has there been a lot of switching of band members, or would you? Is this the?
No, this is the only time we've switched these two right here. He used to be the bass player over there, and yeah, that's it.
Well, yeah, lineup is it hasn't been consistent throughout the life of the band, but that's to be expected with most bands. It happens. People got other priorities and whatnot.
Now, who are the founding members?
These two.
Okay. How did you guys start the band? How did you guys?
We were in another band, and it sucked. And, he was in another band, and he asked me to jam with them, and then I liked them better. So then I just joined their band, quit my other band, and that's how it started. So
And then where'd the other guys come on into the whole mix here? How'd you get Alberto?
I was in another band, obviously, and we were just friends already. So he was telling me about his music projects, and I was like, "Well, what's going on with it?" And they were telling me that they needed a front man, so I was like, "Well, let's get it done," and start making it happen.
Now, I know each band has their sort of creative process, and as I've been interviewing bands, sort of noticed that each one approaches writing their music in a different way. How do you guys go about writing your songs and putting your songs together?
he makes like a basis of a riff, and then we work with that, and then we add on, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's usually a full collaboration,
Yeah.
all of our minds together.
Now, so you usually start with a riff first, and then add lyrics afterwards.
Yep.
Yeah.
And who
Once
usually does the writing for the lyrics?
That would be. Once the song's all done and complete and the order is final and everything, I'll sit down with a little rough recording and get it done that way.
Now, as you guys are putting this album together, you guys have an opportunity to play for live audiences. And do you usually have like a steady place where you guys play at, or has it been hard finding gigs?
It's not. There's always somebody looking for a band, to play. You just got to know where to look. I mean, we've played a lot of shows at LNG in London. We played Toad's Place a couple times. Space in Hampton. Also, some random bars just in the middle of nowhere. What was that one place? The Firehouse. Where was Plainville, Connecticut.
I don't remember.
Legends of Rock Bar and was it Gales Ferry?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Gales Ferry, weirdest name of a town ever, I think. But yeah, I mean, as long as you look, they're there.
Do you guys currently have a manager, or are you guys looking for someone?
If there's one out there.
So,
But,
yeah.
we
So
don't-
I'll take that as a no.
Yeah, we don't have one. We don't have one at the moment.
That's not having a manager, but it's coming up in an album. That's pretty. Now, how do you guys finance the production of the album?
Work.
Well, we know that Chris didn't come through with any of that finance. So who usually throws in? Is it collaboration?
Well, yeah, I mean, we do what we can, you know, I mean, it's all about communication with each other, you know. Yeah.
I'm sure you'll get thrown under the bus again, Chris. So.
I mean, it's all about communication, you know, we just gotta talk to each other, who can help and what and when.
Now, everyone, I don't care who you are, everyone has their sort of guilty little pleasures. Music that they listen to that they wish no one else knew that they listened to.
Word.
Don, what would be something that you really, music that you like that you pretty much wouldn't want anyone else to know that, stuff that you sing in the bathroom, like when you're taking a shower and stuff like that?
I really don't have it.
You don't have any guilty pleasures?
No.
No.
No guilty pleasures, no.
No guilty pleasures? So there wouldn't be a single band that you'd be afraid to admit that you like?
Absolutely not.
No. Well, what kind of music do you listen to?
Mainly metal, but like I'm pretty open to everything, I guess you could say. That's about it.
Come on, can you give me a for instance?
At the moment, no.
A man of few words. Chris, who do you listen to?
Metal.
Wow.
What
Now-
a guess being in metal.
Who?
The Who? They're a good
No, I
band.
hate Who. I just said Who. Fuck the Who.
Dan does not like the Who.
I like Herman's Hermits.
Okay.
They're awesome.
Alberto, you got a over it?
Yeah,
Do you guys even listen to music?
I listen to a plethora of music.
A plethora. All right, now
So
we're bringing
much
out the
music.
big words. Okay.
So I have, I mean, I don't really care for other people's opinions, so a guilty pleasure or something that I may listen to just doesn't really apply for me, you know what I mean?
Okay. So once again, what do you listen to?
Well, I mean, I listen to everything from classical to jazz to the heaviest metal you can think of. But I mean, obviously into bands like Meshuggah and, the new stuff like Misery Signals, To See the Apocalypse, things along that line. Some hip hop here and there.
There you go.
Tribe Called Quest, keep it old school.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very good. Yeah. Jesse.
Primarily I listen to like jazz fusion, experimental indie bands. I like some rock bands, like for instance I love a band called Say Anything. They played a big role in my life. And they're
Not the movie. Not the movie.
No, they're a band named after them.
Because I could see you standing there with the boombox over your head outside a girl's window. You look like you're that kind of guy.
Hey, but yeah, they're great.
Sensitive, romantic. You sensitive?
Look at his eyes. You don't even have to ask that
There
question.
you go. All right. So you're the sensitive guitar player, man. That's all right. Joe, I can see you're over there, and you're just dying to get the question to you, man.
Me and him, throughout our teenage years, have grown up listening to Say Anything, as he said.
Yeah.
They're very soft, they're like poppy, just like, they're different. But they're not something you'd expect out of me and him, since we listen to like some of the heaviest metal. Like, for instance, I'm a Whitechapel man, if you ever listen to them.
Yeah,
Whitechapel, Oceana,
Thug Life.
Thug Life.
Well, sort of. Do you guys, how do you guys go about promoting yourselves? Do you guys have a website or anything like that people watching could?
Yeah,
Facebook's a useful tool.
yeah, Facebook's definitely a useful tool. We have the band page on Facebook, you can just look up Flood the Ark.
Recently I got Reverb
We
Nation.
recently started a Reverb Nation page, which has everything listed, all of our songs. We have them for free download for right now. Not all of them, we have a couple for the EP. And then it's got our shows listed on there, a little bio, a little information about ourselves. And then also the MySpace.com/FloodTheArk. It's pretty much got everything on there also. So we have a couple, internet tools. I mean, it's mostly word of mouth, promotion. It's talk to our friends. Hopefully they talk to their friends, and you know,
Yeah.
ball keeps spinning.
Spread like a plague.
Well, with the internet, it's obviously easier to promote yourselves a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely helps. Definitely helps.
Joe, everyone, as you're going along, everyone sort of has their favorite song they like to play. What's your favorite song that you guys from your band that you really enjoy playing?
Like one of our original songs?
Yeah.
Gotta say, The Length of Your Decisions. It's a real fun one.
What makes it your favorite?
Because it's both really heavy and it's got the nice, clean, melodic parts. So it's just like, best of both worlds.
Word.
Now, bands come across a lot of issues as they're together and stuff like that. You guys have things like girlfriends. You guys have girlfriends, boyfriends,
No boyfriend. We're all just a bunch of players.
just a bunch of players,
Not even.
kids. Anyone got kids?
No.
Yeah?
No.
No? No? So you guys are pretty much single. So basically, to all the ladies watching, and the dudes, no? Just the ladies?
Just the ladies.
Just the ladies, so all the way ladies watching, they're single. No kids yet. Any diseases? Diseases?
No.
I have no disease.
Not at all.
Not at all? Alright.
There was that one time.
So that's one less distraction that you guys really pretty much have to worry about is dealing with the.
Well, I wouldn't say that they're not a distraction.
Is there a lot of?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Me and him we've got our girl issues going on, but I mean, it's not really a
What
distraction.
aspects?
Well, we just broke up with our girlfriends like around the same time. We're both going through like girl troubles at like the same time. It's kind of weird.
Is that true, Chris?
Yeah.
Because you got that look like, like I don't know what you're talking about.
He's just mad that I'm calling him out. That's all.
No, not yet. Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
We're in
Do
love
you-
with our girlfriends, ex-girlfriends.
Do you guys get a lot of that attention like when you're playing and stuff like that? Do you guys see a lot of that going around or not yet?
What?
Girls, you know,
Uh,
being an issue?
No, not really.
No. You haven't had your groupie following just yet?
No.
No. So you're still looking for your groupies, is pretty much what you're trying to say.
no, I want a nice girl.
You want a nice girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't looking for no groupies, man. They carry things, but not in their
Like-
handbags.
Like what? Your band equipment and
Not
stuff?
even, dude. I wish.
Do you find that partying is an issue when you're going out and stuff like that?
Oh, hell no.
You enjoy the partying?
Yeah.
It's always an added bonus.
Sure. We can call it that.
I stay
What would
with
you
the
call
best
it then, man? Talk from the heart.
Times you'll never forget, with people you'll never forget.
True that. Amen.
Give me a for instance. What's the one thing that stands out in your mind? The one event.
I had my 18th birthday a couple months back, and this kid absolutely beat the shit out of somebody in my front yard.
Really?
Rocky. He trained under my wings.
And what was the fisticuffs over?
Stick up.
What does that mean?
It was actually over
The
me.
brawl.
They
Who was
were,
that?
these kids were coming to fight him. So I walked outside and was really drunk, and I saw the kid, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a piss and hit him. And then we started fighting. That was it.
And what was the smackdown for?
Oh, because I got this dude's girl to cheat on him with me. Pretty much.
All right.
Back
fair
to the
enough.
player.
There you go. There you go.
Do
There
it.
you go.
And he's supposed to be the sensitive one.
I really am, though.
Take everything
Well,
back.
that's why.
Don't get me wrong.
That's why, man. Sensitive ones always get the girls, man. Practice. Do you guys find you guys get a lot of time into practice, or is it difficult getting together?
That's our
As
biggest
soon as
issue.
practice starts, we all argue and fight, and then we're done.
Arguing. What do you guys usually argue and fight over?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Stupid as
the dumbest things.
It like generates out of nowhere at all.
Basically, we're just trying to find a new practice space because we just all get bad vibes.
Are we really? Because I don't recall it being talked about.
Well,
We could have.
we were
Pretty much how it
remember?
is we start something and Chris gets mad, and then everybody else gets mad.
Yeah, it usually starts with either me or Chris.
Yeah, they have the tempers.
Chris, what's your last name?
Cavalier.
Okay.
He's not a very cavalier kind of guy.
No, I just wasn't
That's
sure
a
if
quotable.
he's got a bit of Irish in him, that's all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's just got that look.
He's got an Irish liver.
Well, that's good. That's good. He's gonna need it, I'm sure. So then, with all this sort of fighting and this inability to find quality practice time, what keeps you guys together and keeps you going forward?
We love each other.
Although-
I get phone calls, I have a cell phone, that's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
Is that your,
He doesn't really
is that
have
your
anything else
job, or
going
you
on.
like you patch things up and stuff like that? You go in when they're beating each other up and stuff?
No, not even. Not this guy.
No?
He kind of instigates. Yeah.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
I'm picking up on the dynamic now.
Well, even though me and Joe are new to the band, Chris is Joe's cousin, so he brought these dudes into my life, and feels like I've known him my whole life. I retract that statement.
No, just for him because everybody else loves this kid. These two
So
are
besides Don's cell phone keeping you guys together and pushing you, forward,
Take a trip to
Oh,
I mean really like finding time to put together an album despite despite having a hard time getting together and practice, that's got to be pretty significant. How long have you guys been working on the album for?
3 days.
Since I don't know.
It took 3 days to record it. Who offered me?
Well, 3 days to record it, but how long did it take you guys to write the songs and get it all together? 3 days? That'd be impressive.
I could write a song right now if you wanted me to.
Why don't you keep one? Oh, sure, stand up and show us your Guitar Hero moves. Oh,
Show some
no?
Power stance.
The lady of the
Since like March,
Oh God.
Since March?
just about, yeah.
Yeah.
We already had songs, but when he joined the band, we progressed from there.
So is it, once again, going back to practicing, you guys try to get together a couple times a week, or is it?
Yeah, something like that. I mean,
No, I'm going to stop right there. Because we go to practice, I call him, and I say, yo, we gotta practice. I don't need to practice, you guys need to practice. And he'll show up for 5 minutes, and be like, alright, I gotta go. And then he just fucking leaves.
well, it basically goes back to the whole writing the song process where they have to write the songs. I mean, I obviously want to hear what's going on, but until the songs are structured and laid out and we get the rough recording, I can't really do much. But I mean, I'm usually down to hang out with the guys, but got to work and make money so we can actually do things for the band.
Where would you like this band to go? I mean, obviously,
All the way.
that's the case, but
Yeah.
what is your next goal? Obviously, you've got an album coming out. What would be your next goal for this band?
Personally, my goal has always been to tour the United States, go around, meeting great people in different cities, and
See different people, meet different people.
I want to meet that person that we're their favorite band,
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
I don't know. Now, in the music industry, there's a lot of bands that come and go, and even those bands that come and then quickly leave the scene, some of those bands can leave a pretty permanent mark with even just one song. What would the mark be that you would want to leave this band and the music business?
It's a good question.
Yeah, we're gonna cut right to the quick of things here, man.
Yeah. What?
What does that have to do with
I
anything?
know. Well, I mean, the message. Can you say the question again? This guy clowning around, I can't think straight.
What would you like Flood the Ark to be known for? What kind of mark would you like that band?
Being different.
Being different how?
Being different but similar at the same time.
Not copying and doing what everyone else is doing these days, which is shit.
Do you think a lot of the music that's being produced out there is shit?
It's
Definitely
shit.
the
Everything on the
majority.
radio.
No talent.
No talent?
There's a lot of, I
Bullshit.
mean, not to, say any names, but there's definitely a lot of bands. I don't want to say bands as a whole because every band has, that one quality, but definitely, music has definitely become definitely a version of
More
something
like-
before it.
I've seen in our generation more of a revolution to like heavy music and metal. Like a lot of like metal bands try to all go for the same thing nowadays, and it's pretty annoying. That's why we're trying to break that mold as good as we can.
So, I mean, but the impression that, the impression that we would like to leave is that, we are different, but we are still the same. You know what I mean?
No, but I'm sure as your band progresses, we will. You'll
Fair
leave
enough.
your revolutionary mark on
Hopefully,
on the music business.
as, as, at the same time, we want to leave, obviously a message, because otherwise we wouldn't be doing it. You want to instill feelings in people, you know what I mean? Make them feel something, whether it be anger, hate, or, peace.
Do you guys care like a political message like Rage does, or do you guys try to stay away from those sort of topics, or?
Not necessarily, but we do have one song called "The Letter to Big Brother," and it's something like that. It's got a little bit of politics going on in it, but it's that's pretty much the only political thing we have going on. But it's everything from politics to religion to relationship problems. It's just a whole spectrum of different things. And if you pick up the album and you read through the lyrics and sing along and get to learn it, you'll feel that too.
Is that what you usually try to do when you write? You write about those sort of topics that are personal to you,
Yeah,
religion and stuff?
yeah.
How do you feel about America in general, the way the country is going and stuff like that?
That's actually a good question. I used to be like one of those people who was like, oh, everything's a conspiracy, this and that. Whether or not that's true, I don't really know. You know what I mean? But what I do know is this is my home and this is where I live. So it's kind of like somebody picking an argument with like your a sibling of yours, and then you taking the other person's side. So whether good or bad things about this country I like or not, it's still where I live and it's my home. You know what I mean? So
You gotta respect it.
exactly, you gotta respect where you live.
All right. Sort of cruising through the questions here, man.
Let's slow it down a bit. Let's ask
Slow
you
it
some
down?
questions.
No, you don't slow down. We gotta pick it up into high gear now.
All right, let's do it.
We gotta get into some meteor questions. Let's see.
Meteor?
Yeah, meteor.
What's that one?
Cut to the marrow, to the quick of things. How does school play out for you, Joe? Is it tough? You're not in school?
No,
Did you graduate?
no.
You just dropped out?
Dropped out, yes,
Really?
yes.
So you're sort of banking on this whole,
Yeah.
being a rock star thing?
Well, I wouldn't call them rock stars.
Rolling Stones, baby.
Yeah, going on with, no, it's not like that. It's just, I'd rather be doing something that makes me happy than having to just try to follow in everybody else's tracks. So I'm just gonna roll with it from now.
How'd your parents deal with that?
They understand. but
Really?
They still want me to do online classes because that's what I agreed to do.
So there was no fight whatsoever.
Oh, there was. I
Okay.
didn't go to school for like half the year, so I just kind of snuck out and just came back home. Every day.
To do what?
Sleep.
So it wasn't even like you came back to play the bass or anything like that.
Oh,
You came back to-
I'm not a full-time bassist.
Okay.
I'm a guitarist.
Me and him are also in another band together. We both play guitar.
How does that play out?
Very
in
well,
multiple-
actually.
Being in multiple bands.
It's fun.
It's great. It's just constantly.
Okay, now what if I asked your other bandmates, would they agree that plays out okay? Is there any conflict of interest?
Well, to be completely honest, there are certain discrepancies with me and Joe sometimes not being able to make it to practice, but that's really not affected by our other band. It's just because we're lazy assholes at the time. But that's ending, so it's all good.
Do you feel that quality hinders the growth of your band or the future of your band?
No way.
Really?
We know exactly what we have to do, and we're covering as well.
Excellent. Would you agree with him?
Sure, yeah.
Would your ex-members agree? All right. So would you happen to say that the lazy aspect is a part of your trademark? Is a quality of your band?
No,
No,
no, not, at least not for everybody.
at least not for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying any one of us is lazy, but I'm not saying any.
No, Jesse said he was.
Yeah, I don't really think that there's any aspect of slacking in the band is
When it
because
comes down to when we really have to get serious and do things, we're always.
Yeah.
Well, what I was saying was, I'm not saying that any one of us is lazy, and I'm not saying that any one of us is not lazy. You know what I mean? Everybody has their moments, you know what I mean?
It's interesting because it seems like you guys have accomplished a lot in a short period of time. So to hear you guys talk about having moments of laziness or issues with practice time, it amazes me when the time does come, and you must be intensely focused at that moment in time to produce something in such a short period of time without having, you know, those qualities, you know, without putting in massive amounts of hours and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't there with the recording of the album. That was before me and Joe joined the band, but they banged the whole album out in 3 days. So I mean, that's pretty impressive, even in my eyes.
It's extremely impressive. Extremely impressive. I mean,
He has God's eyes.
now you got music, but what other things sort of influence you out there as you're writing? You know, we talked a little bit about politics and stuff like that, but where is it that you sort of get your inspiration from when you're writing your riffs and stuff like that?
Monster beer and McDonald's. No, but seriously, that's a lie. I think we all find inspiration from, you know, us. We all grew up around heavier music, well, at least I did, and seeing it unfurl my whole life and just looking up to these people, just all I've ever desired was to become, you know, what I've always wanted to be, which is playing music in front of a lot of people and making money doing it.
What if you didn't make money?
Well, honestly, that money's not the biggest thing for me because, yeah, it's more of an incentive, you know?
It's more of a way to keep
The
doing it.
Ramones left a huge mark in the music industry, but by any standards, probably would not have been considered to be a huge success. But they definitely left a mark, and they definitely had a huge following. It was something that they struggled with their entire career. Is that okay for you guys? You know, if the money didn't come, would that be enough for you to leave a mark like that?
It's different nowadays, though. It's like, you kind of need money at all times to get anywhere in life. Like, whether it be music or if you have just a shitty job, like, you need money. Like, it was different back then. They didn't really need it. Like, they got money on the side to just keep them going on tour and just, you know, just live. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm sure there's still, you know, a lot of bands nowadays that still continue to go. Would that be okay with you, or is it, you know, rock star or bust?
Honestly, if I have enough money to live, like to just get by and play a show every night in different cities and just live that lifestyle, I would be completely happy.
For the rest of your life?
I wouldn't go as far as saying for the rest of my life, but for Right now, in my eyes, that's what I want deeply.
Go for pretty much all of you guys, or do you guys have different visions of where you see this going?
I'd play and accept no money, but I'd rather get paid.
I'm sure everyone will, rather get paid.
As far as I'll take it, that's it. I'd rather get paid, but if I didn't, okay.
You would keep playing regardless.
Yeah, I think I would, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's certainly a noble aspect. I mean, it's a lot of bands that it seems like it has to be about the music for them and about the experiences that come along with that.
Well, I think when a band starts, I don't think it's ever I don't know, I speak for myself when I say it's definitely not about the money at all. Otherwise, probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if it was about the money. There's a million other avenues that I could take to, reach money. You know what I mean? Music, for me, has nothing to do with money because I'm putting money into it, to squeeze something out. It's definitely not about the money. It's about going back to what I said before. It's about spreading the message, trying to make other people feel something, to feel what we feel when we write the music and the songs, to try to reach up,
Joke guard.
to try to spread a positive message. It's definitely not about the money.
That's a pretty noble, endeavor. Most people, see the big rock bands and, they're blinded by the fame and the fortune and stuff like that. And I'm sure it can get really easy to get sucked into that sort of, hole where someone starts telling you what you need to play, how you need to play it and stuff like that. Do you ever see yourselves being able to make any sort of compromise in that sort of fashion? As you get bigger, now people are starting to tell you to compromise your music and stuff like that.
Well,
That's a big decision,
Yeah.
and I'm sure that every band at some point in time, any of the bigger bands at some point in time, has had to answer that question.
for instance, Killswitch, they go from being hard, and then when they started, getting noticed and moving up, somebody said that they should start adding singing to every song because the songs where they had singing were the more popular songs. Now all of a sudden there's singing in every song, and I personally noticed that. I'm sure everybody else notices that, how old Killswitch is really hard. Not to say that they're not still hard or good by any means. I'm just saying that I noticed that as they got bigger, their popular songs off of an older album would be the ones with the singing in it. Now all of a sudden, all their newer music, every song has that same, moneymaker in that song, has that same thing that people liked about it in the previous album.
Do you feel that that's a form of them making a conscious decision to give the audience what they want, or is that just an evolution in their band?
I think it was, a managerial decision saying, hey, you want to make more money, do this, you'll sell more albums.
Would you have gone the same way, Wood? If that question was put to you, if you had to change or alter something in your band or the way you played your music,
I mean, it's
to gain the fame.
It's all about, us sitting down in communication, sitting down and talking about it. If everybody felt that it would be the best thing for the band and that we would be okay with making that decision, then yeah.
I think in any sort of aspect in life, a person, an individual, or even an entity needs to evolve and needs to grow and change.
Absolutely.
And there have been a lot of bands that have made that step and made that sort of change in that evolution, and have met with poor feedback, but continued along that same path. One of the bands that comes to my mind is Metallica, who've been criticized a lot over the years in their evolution of their band and what they've sort of gone through. With you guys, obviously, you've only had sort of one album coming out and stuff like that, and it looks like you're going to be going places, at least in the near future and stuff like that, and you're going to have a lot of hard decisions that sort of come across and dealing with that. You talked about the inner sort of fightings and stuff like that, or inability sometimes to sort of get along at practice and stuff like that. Do you see that those bigger decisions causing problems for you guys, or do you guys think that you guys will be able to handle those pressures and those decisions as they come up?
I don't think that at all. Like we said, when it comes down to it and it's like crunch time, we can usually get together and all agree on something or collaborate on what we need to do.
Make a compromise.
And
Yeah, whatever. Usually whatever's the best for the band. We'll,
it's blatantly obvious to us usually.
yeah.
Like we all agree on the same thing.
You guys spend a lot of time together outside as well, hanging out, or is it just, would you guys consider yourselves all to be friends and stuff like that outside of the band?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most definitely.
Now, you can tell a lot by the music that people listen to, but you can tell even more by the television shows that they watch. Do you guys watch a lot of TV? Favorite shows?
I don't watch TV at night.
What do you do at night? Wait a second, don't answer that question. Alberto.
Yeah. Depends on the day.
Another Monday.
But I mean, yeah, I watch quite a bit of TV. Not quite a bit. I watch when I have time, downtime. Usually at night. But I mean, I'm definitely a fan of cartoons.
Yeah.
Definitely a fan of cartoons.
I'm with you. Adult Swim.
Yeah, Adult Swim is the bomb. Family Guy, obviously. South Park. And then they just came out with this cool show on AMC. I don't know if any of you guys checked it out, The Walking Dead.
Yep.
Big fan of zombies, so that's pretty awesome. Pretty pumped up about the finale tonight. So
It's been a good show. Been
Yeah.
fairly entertaining.
it's pretty.
I recently caught a friend of mine caught an episode. Very, very dark humor. If you like Family Guy, you probably enjoy it. A show called It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh god.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about it. I mean, yet to check it out though. But,
Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
definitely get into it.
have left for time? Where we at?
It's about close to 40 minutes into it.
About 40 minutes into it. Okay. Now, Chris, we'll go back to this question with you. You were dissing on the Who.
Uh-oh.
I diss on everybody.
Yeah. What other bands do you
Oh, man.
not care for?
The Beatles suck. I hate them the most.
Really? Every aspect about the Beatles. Wow.
I fucking can't stand them either. Lennon's cool, the rest suck. So,
So you don't find any of the classic rock genre from the 60s to be appealing? Any of those bands? The Stones? No?
I hate them too.
Well, let's go back to what do you like?
I don't know. I love different shit. I like 80s hardcore and shit. Is what I grew up on. I don't know. Punk.
Skeleton Witch.
Fuck you. Yeah. I don't know.
Like the Ramones and
Like
no?
Black Flag.
Black Flag, yeah. Misfits.
Yeah.
Did you like Danzig's solo career and stuff? No?
Doing things up. I don't know. He's something else.
Henry Rollins?
I'm just kidding. So stop. I hate talking. Don't ask me questions.
Not what you say.
Any guys sports fans?
Hell yeah. Not so much over here.
No, you just wear the Yankees cap to represent?
Yep. My grandmother, she likes the Yankees. Yep.
How does your family support you in this sort of endeavor? Do you feel like there's a lot of support there, or do you feel that they're kind of hoping that you go in another direction?
My mom has probably bought 95% of my shit that I play with, so.
So it's actually pretty supportive.
Yeah, that's almost 100% supportive. Minus 5%.
Joe, are they supportive?
Oh yeah.
Even
Like
though-
my mom's at all the shows and everything. Yeah, she's into it.
She keeps it real.
Yeah.
Do you find support from the family?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely help with whatever they can contribute. Whether it be, $1 for this or, moral support.
No, why don't you go out and get a real job or anything like that?
Because I have a real job.
What do you do?
Teach martial arts.
All day long?
Pretty much.
Really?
Sometimes 5 classes a day. Doesn't sound like much, but
It's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot.
yeah.
For someone who actually studies martial arts himself, it can be a lot.
Yes, you can.
5 classes a day.
Yeah.
You take a wear and tear on your body as well.
Yeah.
Do you find, that to do something like that and then to find time or the energy afterwards to actually sing and actually be in a band, it's pretty tough.
Passion.
That's what it's about. It's about having passion in all aspects of your life.
Yep.
It's important. Now, Jesse, you were saying you play multiple instruments.
Oh yeah, I can play piano, I can play bass, I can play drums. Hardly, but I can. That's because I write all different genres of music all the time. It's my favorite hobby. I have like a whole bunch of recording programs and applications on my computer, so I can replicate digitally drumming and bass and all the different instruments that I don't have physically. So I just spend my time writing all different kinds of instruments and all different kinds of pieces of music.
How long have you been? So pretty much since you were a kid.
No, I've been involved in music for almost 3 years now.
How long have the rest of you guys been playing? Just recently, or have you guys been playing for a while?
About 5 years.
About 5 years.
Yeah.
I've been playing drums for 8 years.
I've been doing vocals for about maybe 4 years. Picked up a guitar a couple years ago and I like it a lot. Play a little bit of drums whenever I can. And music is just, it's one of those things that I just try to surround myself with. There's a lot of stuff in the world that I don't want to be bothered with, so I just try to surround myself with things that I enjoy. Music is that thing, so whatever I can do, I do.
How long have you been playing, Chris?
Since 7th or 8th grade, so whenever that was. I have no
What
idea.
A while.
Yeah, I guess.
How do the parents feel about you being in a band?
Good. My dad pretty much bought all the equipment that I have, but it's like, I don't know, he just wants me to be in a wedding band.
He wants you to be a wedding singer?
No. He wants me to go out and play nightclubs and make money. So, it's always constant for that.
Is there a lot of that, you making enough money and stuff? And
What?
your family, your dad, always asking you about, making money and stuff like that. Is that ever an issue, or?
Oh, with me playing music, maybe?
Yeah.
And he just says, oh, you guys play all these fucking shows for free, blah, blah.
Do you guys play a lot of shows for free?
All of them, oh my, yeah, all of them.
Really?
Pretty much all of them, yeah. So if you're looking for shows and you're watching this, hit us up.
Even at Toad's place, you didn't get any money for that?
Yeah, no, unless they just, I don't even remember what the dollar amount on each ticket was. It's,
Usually like 10, 15.
yeah. The game has definitely changed a lot, as I'm sure you all know. I mean, musicians don't make nearly as much as they used to.
Because now it's just
Because
so
it's-
overflooded.
Yeah, there's so many bands and people trying to make money doing this. That's why, if you're looking to set out to be a musician, then you definitely really shouldn't be expecting any sort of money, because it's it's such a tapped industry, you know.
Sounds like it's it looks really hard, and definitely good to get the album out, because then that's at least something that you can start making some money off.
Yeah,
of it.
that's pretty much what we, us anyways, Bandcon is, you know, getting merchandise, you know, and putting out the CD. That'll probably be our main source of income for a while until club owners and, you know, booking agents realize, oh wow, these guys are pretty good and they've got, you know, solid direction going. And hopefully they'll, you know, take an interest, and then we can start thinking about labels looking at us and this and that.
Now, producing a CD, there's a lot of things that go into that beyond just, you know, the music and stuff like that. There's the album art and stuff like that.
Yep.
Did you guys have to hire an artist?
Yep.
Really?
Yes. A guy I worked with in the past, his name's Zebulon. He lives out in,
That was just outer space.
he's out in Florida, I believe. Florida or California, I don't remember, but he's a cool dude. He goes by Zeb Love. He's on Deviant Art, and he works for the Oregon Media, black and white attire. But he does amazing artwork, and he does a lot of the bands that are coming out and getting album work done, artwork done. He does stuff for them. I know he's done T-shirt designs for bands like Born of Osiris and Forsaking the Sky, and so he helped us out with our artwork for the CD. And
Do you guys have like T-shirts that you guys sell and stuff like that? Do you guys sell anything like at your shows or anything like that yet?
no, not yet.
Not yet.
Got a T-shirt in the works though, from a gentleman named Matt Haydu. Is that how you say his last name?
Yeah.
Haydu.
Vampire fur.
Yep, vampire fur attire. Does awesome work. He's a really cool guy to work with. He's real down to earth and everything like that. If you got a budget, he's really good at working with you. So I mean, if anybody's looking for T-shirts, definitely hit up Matt Haydu, Vampire Fur.
If you guys had to choose a club or a place that you'd want to play right now, what would be your dream gig that you'd like to have?
I mean, I would definitely like to play Toad's Place with like just everybody in that place. I mean, I know we've already played it, but
It wasn't packed when you were there?
yeah, I mean, we had a decent crowd there, but I mean, like a show that I would go to there, like a Killswitch show, just wall to wall of the, you know.
Who does the promotion for a lot of these shows that you guys go to? I mean, because obviously if you're playing for free, chances are they're probably not doing too much promotion on their own as well.
Yeah, no, yeah. The venues that we play out don't seem to do much promoting. I mean, they go as far as putting our name on a small flyer, digital flyer on the computer at that, and maybe put a poster up in front of their venue. But I mean, the promotion mainly comes from us. You know, we try to.
I'd say almost entirely from us.
Yeah, pretty much. 99.8%.
Now you guys have a Facebook. Do you guys have a lot of people following your Facebook page and stuff like that? Do you guys have a small following or anything like that, or?
It's growing.
Yeah, it's growing. I mean, between the 3 pages, I want to say we have like about 1,500 fans.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Now, what are you guys doing? What steps are you guys taking to sort of? Do you guys continually look for a manager and stuff like that? Have you tried to find someone?
I've looked into it a couple times. It's just it's hard to find something like that. And I've talked to people who actually have managers and booking agents. They said the best thing to do is to just keep playing shows, and eventually they'll find you. So I mean, that's really what we're trying to do. Just play as many shows as possible.
What's the farthest you've gone for a show?
Oh, LNG.
Gales Ferry was pretty far away. Yeah, it's like the tippy top of Connecticut.
I wasn't around for that.
Yeah, no, but
So you guys haven't really left the state or anything like that. You haven't played anywhere in New York or
no.
Boston or anything like that.
I've been out of state with my other band, but not in this one. Yeah.
You guys played any festivals or any sort of
Yeah, we actually played a tattoo festival for DJ Box.
Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, for DJ Box at 125 Riverside Drive. I believe it was hosted by WCCC also. It was a pretty cool event. There was a lot of cool bands, and DJ Box, Scott, he puts together some pretty cool shows, and we played that festival, and then right now we're actually doing a battle of the bands for Amity Teen Center, and we actually just played. We played last week.
Yeah.
Played last week. We was at the semifinals.
Yeah.
The semifinal, we second place for the semifinals, and this Friday we have the finals back there at the Amity Teen Center.
Wow. Some coming up. Some stuff.
Yep.
It's pretty good. Now, have you guys tried to get involved in is it, I believe it's WCCC that does their
The homegrown.
the homegrown show and stuff like that? Have you had any contacts there?
I've made a call. And I believe he told me that they're only doing it seasonally now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have like a certain time when you have to send them the press kits and everything like that. And I think I was just waiting until we were a little more ready professionally, so we had a little bit more to offer than just, hey, we can play a show. CD, we have a photo shoot done now, so we have promotional pictures and stuff like that. So we're making the right steps to be ready for something like that. But I don't think we are ready for something like that yet. You know what I mean? I'd rather wait until we have a CD out, a couple T-shirt designs, and something to put together for them.
So obviously this interview is a step in that sort of direction, sort of get your name out there. What other sort of avenues would you guys look to explore to get your names out there, other than the internet and stuff like that? In these sort of other concerts and stuff like that, what other things are you guys trying to do?
I would say what I want to start doing personally is to get shows, like you said, out of state and around different areas, and play with bands that are local to those areas that we're good friends with. Like I know a couple bands up in New York and in New Jersey and in Boston, and we play shows around there and then get their fan base to check us out, and then just get fan base from all around New England, and then spread from there on. That's probably the best way to get someone's attention is by playing for them live.
Joe, you've been pretty quiet over there. I always like to come back to you. Let it be known that you are my favorite.
Word.
All right. What would you say that you bring to this band? What's the one quality that you bring to this band?
Yeah, I'd like to say stage presence. I basically go nuts
Yeah.
when I see people watching
He's the
the
man.
band I play for. Yeah, it's just
Can I get you to give us a demonstration?
no.
No. No. You gotta be. Not enough audience here.
No, we gotta be.
You just gotta check
Yeah,
the
we should
show
play.
out.
I guess I will. I'll have to come and check you out. All right.
Come on Friday.
Yeah.
Help us win this
Stage
battle.
presence. I would not have picked you as the front man there and that sort. So you sort of upstage Albert there,
No.
People start focusing on you more.
No, he didn't upstage Alberto because Alberto, the last show we played, broke the stage.
Broke the stage, yeah.
Broke the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got pissed off.
I just get.
Joe was making you look
I
bad.
just
You
get
get
real
rowdy.
into it.
He gets
Yeah.
rowdy and then starts stomping around like a gorilla.
What happened?
I just got real into it, and I was jumping, slamming down real hard. My foot just went through the floor.
Where was this?
The last two shows we played, I broke the floor at the ATC.
No, you
also.
did not.
Yeah, the front
I
half.
had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So the last two shows we
that's two
played.
down.
Yeah, I broke.
Floor breaker. It's
Yeah.
gonna be like your nickname now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Stage smasher. Something corny. But yeah.
Dude, you can write a song, but you can't give yourself a decent nickname.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll leave that up to them.
What do you bring, Don?
Sleepiness.
Percussion.
Percussion. That's it.
He's got great rhythm and tempo.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, it's
He can dance also.
from what I understand, it's pretty much the drummer's responsibility to keep sort of everyone, following.
Yeah, I think I do a pretty good job of keeping everybody where they're supposed to be.
Are you sure about that? Because your bandmates are saying differently.
No, he's
I don't
damn
think
good
I'd be
at it.
the drummer if I didn't, so. Yeah.
So you guys would say that you have fairly high standards for people that are in your band? Because it seems like you got rid of a couple of people here.
Yep.
They just couldn't cut the mustard.
One just left, and then one quit, came back and quit. So,
Why did he?
Scumbag.
Why did he quit twice?
I don't know.
Well, the first time he quit,
Was it you
Which is-
guys?
the first time he quit, I wasn't in the band yet, but the first time he quit, it was because, I guess there was a lack of motivation in the band.
Long story short, he was on the rag constantly.
Well, you guys have talked about that. You've
No, it
talked
wasn't
about
that.
that.
We used to get fucked up a lot all the time and play shows and
Partied a lot.
that's all we wanted to do. And yeah, he wasn't having it. He said that, whatever. Fuck you guys pretty much.
He probably felt like the band wasn't as motivated as him, so everybody wasn't on the same level.
Did
as
you guys
far
feel
as-
like that in the beginning that there was a different motivation?
Wrap it up.
You talking about me and Joe?
Anyone?
They weren't in the band when the person we're talking about, Mike Grazio, is actually sitting over there. What's up, bro? The first time he left it was because the band was kind of just like it was kind of just like a side project. It wasn't really somebody looking for what we're looking for now. And then the time after that was kind of like, I don't want to say he was underappreciated,